Hello everyone and welcome back to techystack channel. Today we'll try to explore one more new topic. So this is related to the data table. So here the query is how to split the data for each iteration. So basically I have one data table. So in that data table, just assume that I have the 100 records. So for the first thing, I need to pick the first 10 items. For the next, I need to pick the next 11 to 20. After 21 to 30 and so on, we need to do that. So this is a query has been asked and this query also has been resolved here. So we can see this already they have provided the solutions. So we are trying with that solution. So now how we can do with this UiPath. So let me go back to the UiPath studio. So the first step, let me show the input before moving that. So I have this one input file, which is name of the input copy. Sorry, not copy, input copy. And here we can see this, we have around 100 rows of data. So now we'll back to UiPath studio again, and we'll try to explore how we can do that. So the first step, so we need to read range. So just I'm taking the read range workbook activity. So if you can take other activities also, it's fine. And next step, so I need to pick this path. So I'm just copying this path, updating here. And next I want to know the sheet name. So here my sheet name is data. So let me update. Suppose that I want to save in some variable. So go to properties and check this output under the data table. We can store this one variable. So which is named as dt and this dt is stored as a data table format. So now the next step. So what they will they need the some basis index and start index is there. So we need to start from 0 and end to the 100. And we have this some standard value every time when you take this 10 values only. So for that, I am taking as an activity. So this as an activity, I will take here start index. Okay, my start index is 0, and I will copy and paste. And here I am taking as base index. So the base index every time is standard 10. Let me declare base index, and here value is 10. Okay, now these two are getting that error because we need to convert to the integer. So once you convert it to integer, these issues automatically will resolve. Okay, now this is done. So later what we need to do, we need to loop that. So here I'm not going with the for loop. So I am going with the while loop. So just drag and drop while loop, and here we need to give this condition. Here what the condition, start index less than equals to our data table. So let me update start index less than our data table is ready dot rows dot out. So what it will do, it will loop until that one. Okay, once you get that, we need to store this data. So for storing the data, again I'm taking this one as an activity and here writing the one link query, small link query. So let me take it as final data table. So in this data table, I'm storing that data. So here dt dot as numerable dot skip skip off. So what we need to do, the first step, say we need to start the index. So here update the start index. Okay. After that dot, we have the one more syntax as take. So what we need to take, we need to take the base index. So every time we need to take the 10 na? So that's why we need to take base index dot copy of data table. So we can keep this. So whatever the data is available, enter it's taking the data and storing into the final data table. Okay, now this is done. So later we need to change this data table. So let me go and change this variable type, and you can change this sequence, the scope of the variable. So now this is done. After that, we need to increment. So I'm taking this as an activity engage, and we need to increment the start index. So let me increment start index equals to start index plus base index. So now this is done. So before that, we need to write that range. So I'm writing this range into one particular folder. So let me take this right range book, and here I need to give the sheet name. So here I'm giving the sheet name as start index. So every time I make this 1, 2, like that it will come, like 0, 10, and so on it will come. Start to string. Okay, I want to pass this data table. So here my data table is final data table. This is done. And the next step, we need to update this path. So I go back to here and I will create one more new folder and I make it as reading. So I will go inside here and I'm taking this path and I will update here. So this should be the split dt. So it should come inside of that particular folder plus, and this should be not the base, it should be start index dot to string plus, and I want to save that file into the format of XLSX. So this is the thing which we have done. So basically we have the one data table. So that data table we need to split. So here the split is 10. So every time we need to take this base count is 10. So we take in start index and base index. Later we are checking that count. So the start index is less than or equals to data dt.rows.count. If it is less than that, then it will post it. If it is not, it won't post it. So now let me run this. So I want to close this Excel file and I'm running this file. So we have to wait a couple of seconds to check the output. Still, if you're not subscribed to techystack channel, please try to subscribe. And if you see more content like this, so I'm just click on this continue. So execution has been completed and I'm going and see here. So we can got this data. So first of all, I open this. Okay. Anyway, we have some certain alignment I did. So we can see this 1 to 10. And next, if I go this, it is 11 to 20. So we can see this is the 10th of the file, this is the first 0 of the file. So and I will go for the random check, I will go for 70 and this should be get some 71 to 80. So this is a way how we can split the data and we can loop it.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn off notifications so you never miss an upload.